What holds more actual value? Owning a $2 million mansion that costs you $5,000 a month just to keep the lights on? Or receiving a highly predictable $500 in cash every single month after tax? Most people chase the mansion, but only the monthly yield will actually set you free. That is because your liquid cash flow and your paper net worth tell completely opposite stories about your financial health. One tracks your structural flexibility, while the other is mostly an illusion. To understand why the middle class stays trapped, we have to run the numbers on the generational asset decline, dissect the hidden mechanics of lifestyle inflation, and expose why the traditional concept of retirement is mathematically broken. Let's start with the standard metric, net worth. The formula is simple. It is the total value of your assets minus the total of your liabilities. If you sold everything you own and paid off every debt tomorrow, the remaining cash is your net worth. It provides a static snapshot of where you sit on an economic map, but it tells you absolutely nothing about how fast you can move. This pie chart reveals exactly why that static snapshot is a trap. For roughly 80% of the population, their net worth is completely locked away inside two deeply illiquid assets: the house they sleep in and restricted corporate retirement accounts. You cannot sell a corner of your living room to pay for groceries. If a crisis hits, that wealth is functionally useless. We can see this systemic decay mapped out on this bar chart, tracking total asset capture by generation at age 35. The baby boomers held 21% of total U.S. wealth by this benchmark. Gen X held 9%. Millennials, tracking the exact same timeline, own a microscopic 6%. Despite higher salaries and exponential leaps in software productivity, younger generations are entering the economic pipeline entirely in the red. Their early financial lives are heavily front-loaded with systemic student and consumer debt. The historical pathways to accumulating vast paper assets early in life are closed. Surviving the modern economy requires operators to stop hoarding dead paper wealth and focus their energy entirely on building structural cash flow. Cash flow is the volume of money actively moving through your life on a recurring cycle. You achieve positive cash flow when your engine generates more inbound liquidity than your lifestyle consumes. Yet we are seeing a massive paradox among modern high earners. Data shows that nearly 20% of households clearing over $150,000 a year are living entirely paycheck to paycheck. They reside in luxury homes and drive high-performance vehicles, but zero capital remains at the end of the month. They are exactly one missed paycheck away from complete financial collapse. Commanding consistent positive cash flow is the only mechanism that buys actual physical flexibility. It gives you the option to decouple from a corporate office entirely, directing high-leverage business operations or global investments from decentralized hubs, like the Tokyo Scramble Crossing. But logging into your banking dashboards and executing cross-border asset transfers on public high-density networks instantly exposes your capital pipeline to malicious intercepts. Operating globally without risk requires a secure perimeter. Establishing a military-grade encrypted data tunnel using NordVPN is the mandatory first step of modern wealth architecture. It masks your physical location and locks down your transactions, keeping your cash flow completely bulletproof. You can capture 4 extra months on a 2-year plan at nordvpn.com/Alex. Escaping that paycheck cycle requires executing a specific engineered blueprint. This diagram maps out the 5-step cash flow ladder. Step 1 is active labor sourcing. This is where most people begin, trading their finite biological hours for direct contract currency. The problem is your earning capacity here is strictly capped by a 24-hour limit. Step 2 is widening the spread. As your active income increases, you must cap lifestyle inflation. Refusing to buy the expensive car or the bigger apartment creates a wide margin between what you earn and what you spend. That margin is your seed capital. Step 3 is reinvesting those margins. You deploy your saved dry powder exclusively into assets that pay you back: dividend stocks, rental properties, or digital products. You are buying income that does not require your physical presence to print. Step 4 is systemizing income. You actively strip yourself out of the management loop. You hire property managers, automate your dividend reinvestments, and outsource fulfillment. Time is no longer the bottleneck. Step 5 is total system coupling. Your automated returns now completely absorb your monthly living expenses. Your rent, food, and logistics are paid for by the machine you built. Active labor transitions from a survival requirement into a completely optional choice. Reaching that plateau is critical because the legacy concept of retirement, working 40 years and living off a fraction of saved income, is a mathematical failure. This depreciating line graph tracks the median retirement account balance for Americans aged 55 to 64. It currently sits at an incredibly fragile $185,000. Cross-referencing that balance against data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average retiree household consumes $52,000 a year just to survive. That means an entire lifetime of savings will be completely exhausted in less than 4 years. You must abandon age-based finish lines and track the only metric that matters, your burn rate. This is the exact currency required to keep your personal infrastructure operational for 30 days. Retirement is a strict equation. You only retire safely when your automated inbound yields permanently cancel out your monthly burn rate. Your paper net worth dictates how wealthy you appear to the public, but your cash flow dictates your actual physical and temporal freedom. Stop hoarding dead paper cash to impress retail banks. Engineer high-velocity assets that cover your lifestyle deficits, and you secure a permanent runway. The metrics are verified, and the blueprint is on the board. You now have a choice: continue chasing vanity numbers, or start building a functional freedom machine. Drop a comment below and tell us exactly which stage of the cash flow ladder your machine is currently executing. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and activate your notification bell to join the smartest room on the internet. If you are ready to stop trading your hours for scraps, type the word "future" in the comments section to lock in your position. Secure your digital perimeter with NordVPN and keep building. We will see you next time.